Hi, I'm Serena Simmers and welcome to 8 Model Psychology. Today we're going to be taking a look at a self-care routine specifically for entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are the group that I work the most with in my own practice. I work with a lot of people, helping them transition from a job that they usually don't like very much into either another job that they love or, more specifically, a business of their own. The second reason that I've decided to focus on entrepreneurs for self-care is because they just don't do it. If you're an entrepreneur, maybe you relate to this. I think that it comes down to a couple of key features. So the typical profile of an entrepreneur is someone who's always pushing forward, someone who's really driven and really motivated to succeed. And it's because of this drive and this forward thinking and this forward motion that often they're really bad at stopping and just thinking about taking care of themselves. And the classic entrepreneurial reason for not taking care of yourself is, I just don't have time. Self-care for entrepreneurs is really vital because it's actually vital for your success. It's so important that I devote an entire module to this in the perform part of the model. In this part of the model, we focus purely on your self-care and your well-being. In other words, what are you doing to take care of yourself in your pursuit to succeed? What I'm not going to do today is to focus on what I would consider the basics, and they are to have a good diet and watch your intake of water, to exercise and to move your body every single day, and to get a good amount of sleep. Now, in my world, all of those things that I've just looked at are a given, and they're non-negotiable when it comes to taking care of you and your mental health and your physical well-being. But today we're not focusing on those, and we're also today not going to focus on what I call the girly mag version of self-care. And it's not to belittle it by any stretch of the imagination, but what I mean by that is we're not going to be looking at how it's really vital that you take a bubble bath or that you have another glass of wine. We're not focusing on those things today. Today we're going ape. I'm going to focus on 4 things that should be part of your self-care routine if you are an entrepreneur. So let's dive into number 1, and that is to plan. Now, this doesn't sound like self-care. If I said to you, you need to plan and schedule, you might think, well, either that's a given or how is that taking care of me? And I'll tell you for why. To plan and to schedule what you need to get done means that you ultimately have to have a goal so you know where you are headed. And to plan and to schedule your way to that goal means that you have a plan to execute. You're not just responding to your environment and to other people and to other pressures in your life. You have a roadmap or a blueprint and you know where you're headed. It means that you are working on an attack basis versus a defense. When you have a plan, you're less likely to get swayed and pulled into doing other things. You know what activities are aligned to that future goal and you're more inclined to stick to them. Number 2 is making time for balance. If you are an entrepreneur, my guess is that there are really important reasons in your life that you made this transition or you made a decision to be your own boss. Like I said, I've worked with so many people who've wanted to make this transition for a long time, and I can tell you that they have a driving force or a key reason that they want to do this. And it's often things like they want to spend more time with their family. They want to have more time to do things that they love, like travel and do their hobbies. Now, when I say making time for balance, I literally mean thinking back to why you did this, why you became an entrepreneur and why you started your own business. It's because you probably craved having that balance in your life. In this case then, I would also say to you that taking care of yourself is to honour the things that you really want to do. If it's to spend more time with your family, then going back to the planning and scheduling, you need to honour that and actually schedule the time to do those things that you love. Number 3, and this is a tricky one, is learning to say no. Again, all of these things are stacking up on one on top of the other. You have to say no to the things that do not align with your future goal. Again, I could do a whole workshop on this because I usually find that especially the entrepreneurs I work with are very bad at saying no, either to people or other projects that come with their way or the pressures of family life. A little extra tip here is if you're struggling to know how to say no or what to say no to, there's a couple of things that you can focus on. One thing is to ask yourself, does this align with my future goal? If it doesn't, say no. The second thing is to ask yourself, does this excite or challenge me? Now, if you're multi-passionate or you are a go-getter. Like I said, most entrepreneurs I work with are really, really driven. They will just find it genuinely hard to say no to projects that come their way or say no to people, especially if they like them. The reason that I talk about whether it excites or challenges you and why that's important is we don't want you to be so closed off that you say no to good opportunities that may be coming your way. What I would suggest you do is, if you've asked yourself the question, does this excite or challenge me, and you find that it does, I would just sit on it a little bit longer and then go back to your original plan and see if it works for you in terms of factoring it into where you ultimately want to be. In other words, does it add value? Number 4 is to make your own prescription. What I mean by your prescription is your non-negotiable things that you want to do every day to bring that little bit of self-care into your day. Just to give you a little bit of an idea about what I do for my own prescription, every day I meditate for 10 minutes. I also have to go outside and be in nature, and because I have a dog it's really easy because I have to go and walk him every day, and that way I get to be outside. Every day when I wake up, I personally have to have 15 minutes to half an hour of sacrosanct silent time with my coffee. I know for me that when I don't have that time in the morning, I'm off kilter for the day. You know, I just like that quiet time where I'm not talking to anyone. I can just get my head clear about what I have to execute that day and what I have to get done, and just really just compose myself for the day ahead. Think about what that prescription would be for you. And again, if you're struggling for ideas around this, I would just think back to, again, what you thought your day would look like when you wanted to be your own boss. What were the little things that you look forward to? Was it that you could have a lunch with a friend, or that you could go for a walk every day, or fit in those exercise classes? Put those things down on your prescription, get them in and get them done daily so that you feel like you are really taking care of yourself. So a quick summary for you entrepreneurs out there. Number 1, plan ahead. Everything that you're doing every day is on your schedule. Number 2, making time to have balance. Make sure that you are incorporating those really important things into your life. Number 3, say no to the things that do not serve you. Number 4, create your own prescription. They're little bite-sized chunks of luxury that matter to you every day. If you do these things, you will feel more joy. You will probably feel a lot more balance than you did before. And this is the bit that most people forget. When you take care of you, you are actually taking care of your business. And I mean that on a completely serious level. I've seen so many entrepreneurs burn out through stress and overwork where they haven't said no to the things that come their way or the people that are asking things of them. And if you are the crux and the heart of your business, then you really have to take care of yourself in amongst trying to get all this other stuff done. It's really vital for the health of you and the health of your business. I would love for you to comment below and tell me about the things that you do to take care of yourself in your business. If you like what you've seen, please click on the subscribe button below, and do go over to 8modelpsychology.com to find out more information about all of the exciting things that we have coming your way. Until I see you next week, bye!